Hello everyone. In this session we will understand Java class and object. So first let's understand class. In Java, class is one of the most important things, and everything is developed around the class and object. So basically class is a blueprint of an object, or you can say in other word also it's a template or design of an object. Like home, if you want to construct the home, first you need a design or architecture of home to build the concrete home. So first you design the things on the paper, means you first create the blueprint of the home. In similar way, for creating the object you need a blueprint. So class is a blueprint of object. An object represents real world entities, like a concrete home means solid physical home, car, anything you can think in the world, everything is an example of object. So constructing any object you need a framework or template or design. So class provide the design for the objects, and based on that design you can create a number of objects. So suppose you have a class, a student class, and using this student class you can create a number of objects. There is no such limitation in Java. It totally depends on memory and computation power of current system, and based on that you can create the objects. So there is no such limit to create. Like a home, if you once you create the architecture of home, then you can build a number of homes based on that design. There is no such limitation. But if you want suppose different types of home, then of course you have to create different design. In similar way, in Java, if you need different type of object, then you simply first you will create different type of class, like a student class. So suppose you need a student object, suppose you want to store the student records in the system, then you will first create a class and in this you will mention all the things related to students, like name, age, college name, course, and some other things. Simply if you need employee information, then we will create employee class and mention all the things like employee ID, salary, department, designation, role and responsibilities, company name, and some other properties. Similarly for other things as well. So basically class provide the design or blueprint of an object. Based on that you can create a number of concrete objects. So I hope you understand the thing. If interviewer will ask what is a class, then you can simply say that class is a blueprint or template of an object, and you can also say that class is a design or architecture of a concrete object. And what is object? Then you can simply say that object is an instance of class, means object is a concrete examples of class. So that is the thing. Let's understand with the example. There is one example you can see here, student related to a student, and another example we will see in IntelliJ. So first same thing I have mentioned in introduction part, what is a class and what can we have in a class. Suppose you need a class like a car, then you can mention that car properties like color, brand, model, speed, and behavior, like a speed and some other things like a stop, accelerate, and means that these represents the behavior is simply that a method. So to create any car class, you need this kind of a state, means like instance variable. Simply you can state is simply instance variable. So car, brand, model, these are the variables which represent the state of object, and these are the methods which represent the behavior of object. So this is the thing. Let's move to the another example. Like I have created a class bank example, and there is a class bank account, and in bank account some properties like you can have account holder balance, and some methods like deposit, how much amount account holder deposited, and simply we want to display those deposit amount, then you can write a method like display method, print method, or you can name anything which will print the things, means display the thing. So let's run this program. So you can see here we have created two objects. One object bank account, and mention the name like Mahesh, means account holder is Mahesh. Another object I have created like Rahul, and mention all the details like deposit amount and account holder name, then it simply print. So in this session my sole intention is to make you understand what is object and what is class, and I hope you understand it in simple language. So simple language, simply you just think that what is class. Class is a design of object, and what is object. Object is a physical things, it means object is a concrete example of a class. Means simply class is a design, and object is implementation of that design. Another example you can see here, we have already discussed about this example, car example. Another example you can see here related to mobile. So I have created a class mobile, and it has some property like brand, RAM, and some other thing, price. You can also mention that, and some method you can have, and just run the program, it will print the thing. So here, so thing is that to create any object you must use new keyword. You have to use this new keyword. New keyword send the instruction to the JVM to create an object of that class. So it's a mandatory things in Java. For creating any object you have to use new keyword, and there are some other way to also create the object. Maybe interviewer will ask how many ways we can create the object. So some other way like using class loader, reflection, API, and also new keyword. But then 99% of the time we use new keyword to create the object, but using reflection and class loader you can also create the object. It's totally depends on the requirement. Based on that you can create the object, but new keyword is quite popular, and sometimes you have to use new keyword, sometimes you have no choice to use new keyword, then you have that time you will use class loader or reflection to create the object. These things are very advanced to create the object using reflection and class loader. So we will see later this thing, but simple way using new keyword you can create the object, and there is no, as I already said, that there is no such limitation to create. Suppose we have mobile class, and you can create like here is one object created iPhone, another example Android, third example you can take like Oppo and some other phone. Means you can create multiple object of the mobile. So that way we can deal with class and object things. So thank you friend, I hope you understood the things better way. So we will meet in the next session soon. Thank you. Thanks for now.